is on.
Yay.
Hooray!
Yay. Alright, so you guys have decided to push on to Vaskyr?
I just want to get to the food.
Yep, that's it.
Fair.
I feel you on a spiritual level. Alright, so you guys
I want my money.
press forth, and you encounter nothing. You're fine.
Hey,
Hey.
so the prince was being a little bitch all this time. I want to
That's much-
stay.
Not so much the prince. He was one of the people that was saying maybe we should go forward, but then the
Oh,
guards
never
were like,
mind.
you don't know.
Never mind, the prince is like a fucking man now. Good job.
He evolved.
He has grown so much. Are you guys proud of him?
Yes. We're all like crying like our son. Like our son.
We've got 12 guards and 4 adventurers. I think we'll be fine.
Also, they were like, oh, we're tired. And it's like, but you guys fucking, like, were there for, like, a few days at, like, a fucking spa. Like, come on.
Yeah.
They had a spa weekend.
Like, if anyone's tired, it's us, and we're fine. We're gonna go.
So you guys press forth, and after a few hours, you find yourselves approaching this this gigantic stone wall around a city, and it sits beside a now frozen over lake, massive lake, and as you approach, you can better make out now through the snow and the ice that's built up over it, over the wall. You can see the flags that match the cloth that's adorned in the guard's armor. The red colors, and you know that this is Vaskyr, the city that you guys are approaching. And as you get to the southernmost gate, the gates open, and immediately you're all ushered in by a series of guards. And you get inside, and you can see Vaskyr is a place made up of a large variety of people. Diana, you're reminded of home, where you have people that are from all different walks of life, just kind of out in the streets here. There are dragonborn, tieflings, half-orcs, those kinds of races sort of dominate the population. There are also humans, half-elves, and dwarves. Sorry, go on.
Oh, this is an interesting place.
You notice that most of the dragonborn are white. There's like white dragons, and there's also the silver variety that kind of match.
When you said white, I thought you're like, yeah, they're like white men. Like, just white.
Just like skin
Like,
white.
fucking
They're like white dad dragons. Throwing barbecues and going fishing.
What's better than this? Just guys being dudes.
Building a deck.
Is that gonna be you as a dad, Kay?
No. I'm too lazy for that shit.
They're all wearing jorts.
Fucking like wearing sweater vests as well.
Throwing a barbecue outside their camper.
Talking about like going fishing, going ice fishing later in the day.
I like cooking.
We've already
You actually described a really perfect weekend for me.
Are you a dad?
He's ready. He's really ready.
He's ready to be a dad.
Yeah. White dragons.
Yep.
Yes, so there are white dragons, white dragonborn more specifically,
Yeah, white dragon.
walking around. Tieflings, half-orcs, those sorts of races dominate the population, as well as humans, half-elves, dwarves are around as well.
Interesting.
Now I'm just imagining that this place is like so tolerant that white dragons are just walking around. Nobody bats an eye.
Could very well happen. Who knows? You also notice that the populace are they all look quite busy. A lot of businesses are setting up, rather than inside their stores, they're setting up stalls out the front. And they seem to be adorning their stores and the streets in decorations that have heavily lean on the color red. And your best guess is that this is all preparation for the big festival that's coming up. This pilgrimage they have every 3 years, this celebration. You also notice that there are several guild buildings. You see the Electrum Trading Company, the Merchants Guild that you left your stuff with when you were in Windmere. You see the Arrow Rock Hunters Co. There's the Star Shadow Order. There's Sigil Shield. And Diana, you also recognize a familiar symbol. There's a guild here that is the Scabbard.
Oh, okay.
The same guild that Simon runs back in
Passage.
Passage. So they are here.
Cool. That's nice.
Yes. So, you guys are heading up the sort of main street here. It seems as though there's like a central point where the main the castle that the king and the prince and all that sort of live in that castle is in front of this large open courtyard where a lot of people are gathering. There's like a monument in the center and all sorts of decorations around it. And there's sort of 3 main streets that lead up from the east and west, and then one from the south that all lead up to the central point. All the rest of the streets are kind of like smaller alleys, but these are like all the main roads. And it's at this point that the prince like stops beside all of you and says, would you guys, he kind of pokes out of the caravan, and you can see a lot of the folks in the city that spot him sort of wave and smile, and he waves back and smiles. They seem to have a sort of more casual relationship than you would expect of a royal family.
It's so nice that he's not actually a douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really is just Morty and not Rick.
Yes. He leans out of the carriage and looks for you guys, and he says, feel free to explore the city and look for things that you may find interesting. You can leave your horses with us, and we'll put them in with our private stables in the castle and look after them there. And you can feel free to shop around, see what's interesting, and I have to go and speak with my father anyway, inform him I've returned, and see if we can organize this feast.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
All right. So he bids you adieu, and they all proceed forth with your horses in tow. What would you guys like to do?
Before the guards leave, people in charge, I'm going to ask, like, whatever is going to happen with the shifter.
So they look back at the shapeshifter, who is still currently in your possession, and they say, well, he'll be put to a trial. Until the trial, we'll imprison him and ensure that we get every piece of evidence available for every crime that he's committed, and he'll be charged for all of them.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just curious what was going to happen.
But yes, so he's going to be thrown into prison and then sentenced.
Okay.
Alrighty. So what would you guys like to do? Anything you want to look for while you're here?
The guild that's up here, would I know the person that runs it?
You actually have you don't recall Simon ever telling you about the guild up here.
Huh. That is weird. Okay. So what else is in here besides the guilds you just told us about?
There are all kinds of stores as well. Most of them are run by the guilds, and you get the sense that the guilds are the city relies on the guilds for supplies, and that's kind of their payment rather than taxes. The guilds provide all the supplies in order to keep their place in the city.
Interesting.
Yes. And yeah, they have all kinds of stores and shops and that kind of stuff run by the guilds. You can find most anything here.
Right. So what do you guys think we should do?
What time is it?
It's pretty late. A lot of people are like starting to set up for tomorrow. It looks like tomorrow is going to be the day that the festival sort of begins. Most people are sort of heading off to bed and stuff. There are inns in town. And yeah, you can either find a place to stay at the inn, or you could go over to the castle and try your luck with the prince and that.
I mean, I feel like we would have a room at the castle.
You probably would.
Yeah, after this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Resting would be good.
Not sure about you guys, but I'm gonna head off to the castle and see if I can get a room. If not, then I'll definitely try the inn.
Yeah, I think I'll follow you on that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So you guys head up to the castle. And entering into the main entrance, none of the guards give you hassle. You notice that at one point there is a guard that sort of steps out to stop you, but then you see one of the guys from Alpha kind of waves them away and waves you in. One of the younger guys, if you recall, he has like 2 dogs that he treats as his children.
Where are the dogs?
Waves you guys in. But yeah. Brings you forth and says like, so how can I help you guys? Why are you here?
I mean, we are kind of we are sort of the people that kind of saved the prince from the doppelganger. We kind of thought that we would have a room here. If not, we just wanted to check we had a room here. If not,
Fair
we
enough.
can always.
I'll go and fetch the prince and see if we can sort something out. And he wanders off up toward on the other side of this entry foyer. You can see there's a large set of double doors that are sort of like a deep wood that are the trimmings on a lot of it is almost like a marble. And he heads through these double doors, and you can see there's through the opening in them. You can see there's a carpeted pathway that leads up to where the throne sits. That he goes behind these doors and then closes them behind him. You guys wait for some time and check out the look of the place. You can see there are large painted portraits of their family here. You can see one where they have the who you presume to be the king. Stood next to a he's a human, stood next to a half elven woman. She has it looks to be like their wedding day. Like they're dressed up in quite nice clothing. She's adorned in a very beautiful gown. And you can see her holding young baby Clovis in her arms, and it's just this painted portrait of the three of them. You also take note that some of the other portraits don't feature her at all. You just see portraits of Sebastian, who's the king, and you see portraits of Clovis, and that's it. In fact, that seems to be the one painting that she's in.
Oh.
After some time, that guy comes back through that main door, and he sort of waves you over. And you pass through this door into the great throne room, and you see like there's a red carpet that runs all the way from the doors all the way up to where the throne sits. There are two thrones side by side, one larger one and one slightly smaller beside it. And he brings you to a side room off of that leads into a hallway, which is just as large, open, and extravagant as the rest. And he says, your rooms will be down here. We have guest quarters prepared for you. It seems that the prince had sent word to have this organized beforehand. So here are your rooms. And he shows you to these rather elegant suites that you guys are in. Like, you're getting some fine ass treatment. Like, there's a table with a fruit bowl of assorted different treats and things in each of your rooms, as well as a large double bed and wardrobe with vanity and all kinds of stuff.
Holy crap!
Rather lovely in there.
Gunther, please do not steal
quite well.
Please.
I'll be careful.
Not right now.
No, not careful. Just don't.
The blankets all have the
Oh no.
the symbols and stuff of the city itself, like woven into them.
Please don't steal the blankets.
As tempting as it is, I would probably get in trouble because it would be easy to find out a diff from these rooms. Probably.
It's like they knew he was coming. Like, oh no.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Everyone else, you realize that your bed doesn't have these blankets on them. Yeah, so you guys can stay here for the night. They even have a basket that's sitting there open, a rather large one, in your room, Faye, with a big cushion in it for Moro.
Good.
Little dog bed. Which he doesn't use. He just sleeps on your bed.
Of course. Like any other dog.
Yep. So you guys sleep through the night. It's worth noting, Diana, that you have nice dreams.
That's good.
And wake up in the morning to you guys hear a clattering of metal. And when you sort of wake up bleary-eyed and approach the hallway, there are people sort of running about and rushing and going everywhere, and it seems like today's the day of the festival, and the staff here are just going 1,000,000 miles a minute.
Interesting.
Yep. So what you heard was likely down the hall toward the kitchen area, the clattering of pots and pans and that kind of stuff. Someone must have dropped something, and everyone's like, "Oh god, we need to make up the time," and everyone's just running. Busy day today for them. If you guys head out into the main hall, gather your things and head out, you are met by the prince, who's standing there in like less of his traveling gear, more of like his everyday sort of outfit, more adorned with like the colors of the city. And you can see while he's standing there to greet all of you, he's also being measured up by these people that are trying to fit clothing to him. And he's just kind of like, he waves to you guys, and then like the assistant hurriedly brings his arm back down to like measure things, and he's just he's like a child in a store, you know, like they're kind of like trying to get him to sit still and like take all the measurements, and he's like trying to walk around and wave to people and say hello and ask the kitchen staff if they need help and all the rest of it. You can see that the little lady that's beside him, it's like a gnomish woman that's kind of taking his measurements. You can see she's really getting impatient with him and like agitated, but like she's sort of bottling it down, keeping it calm, keeping it together. Doesn't want to lose a job. So yeah, he waves you over and greets you and says, "Well, the festival's starting today, as you can probably see, and you are more than welcome to head out and check out the stalls and the different foods and things that our city has to offer. It's also important that I hand you these," and he gives each of you this. It's a small, like a scroll, but it's like a parchment that's rolled up into a tight, scroll and sealed with the red wax seal of the city. He says this writ acts like a permission for you guys. If you happen upon things that you like, things that you would like to purchase, show them this, and they'd be happy to give you a discount. And also, if you happen to come upon any trouble with the guards or anyone else here, because not everyone knows who you are, make sure you show them these, and they'll help you on your way. You'll be okay.
Oh,
neato!
That's awesome.
Yes. He says, "Mind you, please don't go out ppurposely causing any trouble just because you have these."
Everyone looks
at Lysaira.
Lysaira just has this big grin on her face and says, "Do we look like the kind that would cause trouble?"
Yes.
I don't.
Well,
especially
we've done this.
If anything happens, I'm not with you guys.
He says, "We've done this before, and yeah, please don't do that." It's a headache. Anyway, please feel free to go and enjoy the city and see the sights. Tonight we'll be having our feast, and in the morning we'll be having the big celebration. Today is more of a market day leading up to it. Tomorrow morning will be the big celebration whereby we have a ritual where we see off my father as he goes on the pilgrimage.
That's cool.
Yes.
I thought he would. I thought the prince was going on the pilgrimage.
No, it's
he
the
says,
king.
It's the
"No, as the king goes, I stand by and watch over the city.
Oh.
I kind of act as king in his stead. It's typically at this time that people come and ask for favors and things because they know that I'm a lot
He's
more...
He's a pushover.
Yeah, I'm a lot more giving than my father can be. But yes, feel free to...
Where was the pilgrimage to again?
Sorry?
Where was the pilgrimage to again?
He says that the pilgrimage is a small journey my father goes on. Like, he travels to search for guidance on how to better keep the city alive and better its people. he just kind of wanders and does soul searching. Nobody goes with him. It's a very lonely journey, but he keeps himself safe somehow. So
he's just going out in the woods and just being high for like 2 months.
Are you actually saying that?
No, I was saying that out of character.
I was gonna say the prince kind of just like looks down at the ground and just like, huh.
Never thought of it that way.
Like he's just kind of piecing things together. Yeah.
It's like that one Vine where like the one where it's like the chip reader and then like the guy has the Dorito. It's like the kid's face at the end where he's all like, I can't find it. Hold on.
Right, so that's actually really strange. That he goes off alone completely? Isn't that dangerous?
He says that he does this every 3 years, and he has kept himself alive just fine the entire time. So they've just kind of become accustomed to it and think that he's just going to be fine. That's just how it is. They've come to believe that he has some sort of maybe like a deity watching over him and providing him guidance in this time. Like nobody apart from the king himself really knows what goes on with this.
Not even Clovis.
Clovis has no idea. As far as he knows, his dad walks out, comes back, and knows how better to run the city.
That's weird.
Fucking gets high.
Everyone needs to stop it with the shrooms. Okay.
The king just takes his time to go out and smoke on peace pipe.
I mean, you did say soul searching, so...
Yep. He finds his spirit animal and just,
Bruh.
Just gets high and goes to a local Taco Bell and stays in the basement.
Just gets fucked up on burritos, like, oh yes, boy.
Got the fucking munchies, has to go through the fucking, like, McDonald's drive-thru to get, like, fucking, like, Big Macs. Big Macs for days.
It's like, yeah, can I get 70 McNuggets and a Diet Coke?
Can I get
Just a small one. Watching my figure. Yeah, no problems. That's $37 record.
Yeah. That's actually really interesting. But I guess he doesn't know.
Usually souls find me.
But between that and the seeming complete absence, apart from that one picture, of...
I mean, she probably died.
Yeah, you probably should be asking people about that. That's sort of not a cash money thing to do, Lysaira.
No. I wasn't going to suggest asking anybody about it, but something seems kind of off here.
About what?
About the king.
Mom's dead.
No. But if it was just that, I would agree with you. But he's also going out to God knows where, and even though his son is supposedly going to have to take over his place someday, he's not telling his son a thing about it.
I mean, I think that makes sense. Sometimes with, royalty and all that, there will be things that people only ever learn until, something like that comes to happen where, like, the day he becomes king, or probably soon before he takes over, he'll have to learn about it, more than likely. Like, I can see that as being a thing, that he's not being told, he's not going to be told about it until, it actually, Yeah,
fair enough.
That's basically what the situation is.
Oh, shit.
So, well, everything's ruined. You alright?
So...
He's been coughing quite a bit lately. Last night he was coughing for like a good hour before bed and he couldn't stop.
I'm not sick. I think I just got something caught in my throat.
Is it the same thing?
Concerning.
I was just fine when I woke
something
up
in my
this
throat for
morning.
24 hours.
No, I mean,
I'm not sick. I just appear sick.
Like last night, I only started coughing when going to bed, and when I woke up this morning, I was just fine. I didn't cough until like earlier
just
today.
coughing blood every now and then. It's fine.
I mean, I feel like I love this keep
Is that dolphins?
I've been there.
Yeah, it's been there.
So, is there anything else you wanted to talk to the prince about? Because it looks like he's about to have a really busy day. This might be your last chance to talk to him today for Morty for a while.
I guess we'll just I'll just tell him like, well, good luck with all the prepping.
Yeah.
He just kind of says, "Yes, it's my understanding that they're making me a cape." And he looks down at the gnome, and she looks up and she says, "A cloak for the last time." And she pulls his arm back down and measures again. She looks kind of puzzled, and she's like, "It's like your measurements are different every time I measure you. Stand still, boy."
Yeah, well, good luck with that. We can probably go like look at stuff, and I don't know. I kind of want to drop by the guild and see what's up with them.
I was thinking of hitting the streets and go to the stores.
Yep.
Are you excited? We all get like discounts and shit.
Hell yeah! Now I can get discounts. Now I can get discounts and haggle those discounts lower.
Jesus.
If at all possible.
So, you guys head out into the streets, and you didn't realize after you'd gone inside and been in the well-lit lodging inside, but once you get back outside, the wind pierces your skin with cold. Like, it is freezing outside. But everyone else is walking around like it's just normal.
Oh god.
Mind you, all of them live here, so that's just kind of like, and a lot of them are half orcs and white dragonborn and tieflings and all kinds of stuff, so they probably just don't feel it as much. They're sort of cut from a different cloth.
Is Diana cold too, or is she okay?
You feel the cold, but it's not nearly as much as what everyone else feels.
Oh, okay.
At least we're bundled up.
Yeah, you guys have your winter clothing on. You're good to go. So, where are you guys headed? Are you going as a group, or are you splitting up?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I might just check out the stores a little bit.
What's exactly in this town again?
A variety of different guilds, as well as all sorts of stores. You can buy almost anything here.
Neat. Okay.
Yes.
You could go look at more magical items. Could you go look at more magical items?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll find a store that sells that.
Alright, so there are a couple of different ones. There is a store that seems to be owned by the Star Shadow Order, which is the Mages Guild. And there is also a store that seems to be owned by this subsidiary of the Scabbard. And they might have magical items and the like in there.
Where you guys want to go? You know, they say to always browse first and then decide what you want to buy.
Yep, exactly.
I'm sure Gunther knows that one.
As Diana gives trading advice to a merchant.
I'm not talking to him, I'm just saying.
Gunther already knows.
Well, maybe not everyone else knows. Now, that was actually out of character, but okay. I don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Well, I figure the Star Shadow Order will probably have
cooler stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
They've.
Yeah, they're like the magical people.
Yeah,
the Scabbard is just like an adventurers guild.
They could also have interesting things.
I mean, I don't know anything about the Scabbard, so I could be wrong, but
they're an adventurers guild, so kind of all sorts of things, I guess.
I would actually like to check those out.
So, which one then?
I'd like to check the Scabbard.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are heading to the store that's owned by the Scabbard?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay. So you head to the stall that they have out the front, and you can see the shop owner looks up to you guys, and he's one of the two silver dragonborn that you saw when you entered the city last night. He was outside previously, sort of setting up his stall. A male silver dragonborn, and he welcomes you to the store, and he doesn't seem upbeat and chipper as most of the other folks in town seem to be. He seems rather somber and either disinterested or depressed.
Huh.
I was going to make you roll an insight check to see that, but it's pretty apparent.
Wow.
He just kind of half-heartedly sort of gives you a little welcome to the store and says, well, if you want something, let me know and we'll work out a price.
All right.
So what is there around?
You see a variety of different things. It's mostly traveling gear. There are some potions and a couple of rather interesting things. There's a bottle there that's like a black bottle that's filled with what looks like smoke that's just sort of swirling around in the bottle.
Do I know what that is?
Roll an Arcana check.
Roll what?
An Arcana check. It's not like a potion. Yeah. It's like a yeah.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay.
No, it's next to the potions, but this is very much not a potion.
Hmm.
All right. So, you've seen one of these before. Simone has one of these up on his shelf. This is an ever-smoking bottle. Let me show that to you. Looks like that.
Oh, okay.
It's a magical item.
What's it do?
So the way it works is, there's the little lead stopper in the top of it. When you take that out, it takes an action to remove it. A cloud of thick smoke pours out in a 60-foot radius from the bottle. And the area around it is basically heavily obscured. Each minute the bottle remains open within the cloud, the radius increases by 10 feet until it reaches a maximum of 120-foot radius. So It can form like a pretty massive cloud of smoke. And it stays there for as long as the bottle's open. Closing the bottle requires you to speak its command word as an action. and once it's closed, the cloud disperses after about 10 minutes. A moderate wind can disperse it, and that'll take some time, but like a really strong wind can disperse it pretty quickly. So using it out here up in the north where it's quite windy, especially if you're up in the mountains and stuff, is not advised. But yeah, that's something. It's like something of a large smoke screen that you can use if you want to make a getaway or hide something.
Yeah, the rogues might be interested in that.
This does seem interesting.
So I'll let them know what that is.
Yep.
I like the sound of that.
There is also a feather, some sort of object that looks like a swan. It's like a wood carving of a swan sitting upon water that's flowing. And there's a large white feather sort of sticking out the back of it. Also could very well be a magical item.
What does it do?
Roll an Arcana check to figure that out.
Roll a moment.
You can probably just ask the
You very well could.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask.
Yeah, good idea to ask, because you're like, swan carving, pretty, and then just put it back.
So what does this swan do? Is it just a statue, or?
It's a swan boat, so you can place it in a body of water, and if it's a big enough body of water, it disappears and it turns into a boat, 50 foot long, 20 foot wide, shaped like a swan, and it's self-propelled. It's not super fast. It's not very fast, but it's a portable boat essentially.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty interesting.
Is it like one of those like swan paddle boats that photographers use to take pictures of swans?
But yeah, no, it turns into a pretty big boat. Like you could fit about 30 people on there.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I was saying that sounds massive.
How expensive is that thing?
We should consider it, because there's a lot of places that we might need a boat to get to, and that's...
Oh yeah, we don't have to borrow a boat anymore.
This is why I'm asking.
He says, suppose I'd be willing to part with it for about 400 gold, I suppose.
Would we
that seems fair. It is like a portable giant boat.
Yeah.
But would we get a discount if we show you these papers? I show him the paper thing.
Alright, so you show him the one that you were given by the prince, and he pops the seal on it, gives it a look over, and he says, "Yeah, okay. I suppose I can give it to you for about 300, a 25% discount."
Sounds fair.
We could all chip in.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, actually. Would you guys be willing to chip in?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So who's willing to help with that?
Okay, I guess I'll help. I guess.
It would be just...
If all of us would put 60 pieces each, we'd be able to cover it.
It's...
Is this Sarah with us?
75 actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so if each of you puts in 75 gold pieces, you can cover the full price of it.
For 300, you said it's 60 each. If we... wait, we're 4
it's
people.
75.
There's 4 of you.
Yes, thank you. I'm bad at math. Thank you.
Mathematics.
And this is why I'm not good at math.
The child is with us in spirit. Unfortunately, spirits.
Yes, I somehow forgot to not count the child for some reason. It's been 15 sessions, and I counted the child after a while.
She hasn't been here in like forever, like for a couple months.
She's with us in spirits.
Jeez.
I don't think she wants to be. She hated us. She's like peasants. Anyway, who should keep this?
Well, I can hold on to it.
Yeah, okay.
So you can use it as your getaway boat? No way.
I promise I won't do that.
Do I trust him?
Do you?
Am I
Very
suspicious?
good question.
Does anyone?
Would I do that?
Yes, you would.
Maybe the person that should hold on to it should be the person that actually has experience driving a boat.
Mm,
You're not wrong. It looks like the swan one in the center of this piece. That sort of token there with a big white feather sticking out of it.
why don't we let Faye hold on to it?
She's like the most responsible person here, so I agree with that.
Alright, I'll take it.
Well, Sarah's the only one who can probably sail here, but she's also not the most trustworthy.
If you actually want to hold items, Lysira, you actually have to be more trustworthy. Sorry.
and yet I somehow convinced all of you to let me hold on to a talking dagger.
Yeah, I mean
Because we didn't want it.
You already had it on you. We weren't gonna go and try to take it away.
Yep.
It's potentially cursed item, like, yeah, no, it's all you, fam.
Yeah, no, fam, you can keep it.
You can keep it. It's a hazard.
So yes, you can add a swan boat token to your inventory.
So you're saying this Dragonborn isn't looking very happy as everyone else appears to.
Yeah, typically silver Dragonborn in particular, have a pretty chipper demeanor. They're pretty happy-go-lucky sort of folks that always look on the bright side. This guy seems rather depressed, so it's very out of character for a silver Dragonborn to be like that. Right.
So I will say not feeling very festive today, are we?
He looks up at you and he says, "Oh, I've just got some personal stuff going on." And he looks sort of over your shoulder down the street, and as you sort of look over and see where he's looking, you can see further down the street, away, like southward, away from the castle. There's another stall set up on the other side of the street. There are stalls lining the street, but one of them that he looks up at, you can see is the one in front of the Sigil Shield Guild, and there's another silver Dragonborn there, a female one, and she's sort of running that store, serving a different customer at the time. He sort of glanced up at her, and he said, "Yeah, I've just, I've got some stuff going on. That's all."
Oh.
Lysira grins and turns to the party and says, "Want to play matchmaker?"
I guess I would know that relationships between Dragonborn are kind of intense.
Yeah.
And
they're pretty strong and complicated things.
Because you've told me that, for instance, like, just to mention one thing, once they pick a mate, they're together for life. So
yeah,
their relationships might be complicated to get into. I don't know.
Yeah, they're kind of like is it penguins? Like, there's a sect of penguins in particular that, like, they choose a mate, and once they've chosen that mate, that is the mate that they have for the rest of their life. If, like, one of them passes away, then the other one doesn't tend to remarry or whatever into a new relationship.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll tell him that and be like, I don't know. It could get
not really my
it could get
forte.
complicated.
I would rather not meddle in this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Woes of the heart.
Gunther says this isn't an us problem.
What?
This isn't an us problem.
Actually, Faye just out of curiosity kind of approaches and just like, so what's going on between you two?
And he kind of looks over to you and he says, "Well, I think it's fate. I think I'm fated to be with Aziz over there, but it seems that she isn't as interested in me as I am in her.
Is there
what are the
another
chances that two Silver Dragonborn would be in the same city? Like Silver Dragonborn are a very rare species in this day and age. There are only few of us remaining."
Oh, I see where this is going.
Is she interested? Does she seem like she's interested in another, or just not interested in all?
I don't know. Every time I try and make passes at her or approach her, she just doesn't seem interested. She doesn't reciprocate my feelings, and it's saddening.
I feel bad now. Maybe she's like Gunther. Or maybe she's like Vaskyr and Faye. Well, now that I know this, I'm like, oh, now we have to do something.
Yeah, we gotta help, guys. Come on. At least, like, help him out. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. If you don't want to help out Gunther, you don't have to.
I know.
So
we should just drop by and see what's up.
Well, we can't just straight up ask her. That's just like being very intrusive and
Did you say she runs a store?
Yeah, there's another store. She seems to work for the Sigil Shield Guild, which to be the guild with like fighters and paladins and stuff. They were working as security in Seria.
I wonder what they have for sale.
From here, you can see swords and shields and armor pieces and gauntlets and that kind of stuff. Neat, see ya.
I don't really have any business with that kind of stuff at the moment, so if any one of you do, well...
Oh, your kitty.
I know. That's so weird. She was sleeping. She was just sleeping, and all of a sudden, yeah. What?
Oh my god.
So talkative.
Oh, give her a hug.
I am.
She's so talkative today, my goodness.
I swear that was super weird. She was sleeping. And she just woke up and decided to just, I don't know, have a chat.
That's so cute.
What?
I wish I had a cat.
Silly kitty. Sorry. I guess we should drop by the other store and see what's up with her. Maybe we'll notice something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I get a closer look, maybe they have more interesting stuff to sell.
Yes, Gunther, you can go shopping. We get it.
You have your own money. You can go look at other stuff if you don't want to be there.
Oh, I don't mind.
But now we're invested in in this guy's love life.
I'll just follow you to see how this goes because I'm curious, honestly.
So okay, we'll do that.
All right. So you guys approach the other store, and you can see she's currently serving someone that you recognize, Gunther. Someone in a large suit of armor. Someone that you spotted before back in Syria. That's the very same giant bulky suit of armor. Sort of turns its its head towards you, and then turns back toward the shopkeep and nods once, and then walks away. And she turns toward you. She's the other guy you noticed, and a lot of the townsfolk here in Vaskyr are cut from a pretty rough cloth. Like, they're pretty tough individuals. More than likely, this is because they've had to deal with the climate here and everything that comes along with that. More dangerous creatures up in the north and all that kind of stuff. And everyone's just kind of a little more hardened, more so because of it. And she's kind of different to the rest. Everyone else is kind of tough. They have scars. They're kind of pretty rough, but she's quite almost graceful and elegant in like her, both the way she dresses and in her movements and her body language. She greets you and says, how can I help you?
Me specifically, or
the group?
Okay.
The group.
Because you mentioned me earlier because of the big guy in armor that I saw last time.
I
remember that guy. I don't actually say that.
Oh, we're just looking.
Just browsing.
Very well. If you find anything that catches your interest, then do let me know and we can work out a price.
So you're saying that she sort of stands out a little.
She's graceful.
Kind of, yeah. She a lot more so than everyone else. She seems a lot more regal and well refined. Sort of everyone else in town is kind of rough and tumble, sort of. The kind that you would find in an inn in a place. They're playing like the knife game where they're like stabbing the knife in between their fingers and that kind of stuff. You know, those kinds of folks.
Like Lysira.
Like reckless psychos, yes.
But she's more graceful and elegant and everything.
Yes, very much so.
So while I'm browsing, I just kind of try to just strike up a conversation with her, and I just go, so yeah, a lot of work for the festival, with the festival and everything going on.
It's this is probably our most busy time of the year. We have people from all kinds of different cities and towns from the south come by and purchase our goods and trade with us.
Oh, any plans for the festival, or are you just working?
Oh, just working. I might go and check out some of the other stores later once I've got someone to cover for me, or if I sell out of all my goods. And you can see, like, odds are she's not going to sell out of all her goods. She has crates behind her. She's got, like, all kinds of shit ready to go.
Oh, no. Do you have anyone helping you, or...?
Not at the current time. The rest of the guild members are either out or busy or...
Oh, no, I meant for the festival. Do you have someone to help you out, or are you the only one?
Oh no, right now I am the only one here. As I said, the rest of the guild at the moment, they're all out and about on jobs or whatever else. It's a busy time for all this time of year.
Well, that's unfortunate. Don't you have some wouldn't you like to partake in any of the really fun festivities that are going on, or? Maybe hang out with anyone?
I'm sure I'll have plenty of time tomorrow to go and speak with people and see things.
Are you have any plans of like friends or hanging out with family or?
Oh no, I've no family here. My my nest siblings, I suppose, would be the easiest way to describe it. Either they passed away or moved away long ago when I was young. The way it works with us when we are quite young is we all kind of strike out on our own from a very young age, and very rarely do we ever see family again. They often travel to very far parts unknown. I am not from here. I'm from a different continent.
Where are you from?
I'm from a different place. I'm not from here, shall we say. I come from a place called Misa. It's a continent of 3 islands, far, far to the west of here.
How long ago have you been, how long have you been living here?
Oh, I will have been living here for near 20 years. It was interesting to try and get used to living here, but yeah, after some time has passed and I've had people help me get settled in, it's quite nice here.
That's nice. So you have any friends that you're going to be seeing then, or?
She leans forward across the table to all of you, and she just kind of more quietly, sort of almost a whisper, is kind of like just leans forward, like hiding her the side of her mouth with her hand as best she can. She says, "Did Gerbus put you up to this?"
I have no idea who that is.
We actually don't even know his name.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Oh, good. Well, I may be visiting some friends, yes, and spending some time with them.
That's nice.
So who is this? What's his name?
Yeah, Gerbus.
He's the other silver dragonborn in the city here. I think, as far as I'm aware, it is just the 2 of us. There are no other silver dragonborn in the city.
Huh.
I've not traveled south. There may be some further south, but best I can tell, we may be the only 2 on the continent.
So how do you know him? Yeah. How do you
just
know
pretending
him?
we don't know him?
Oh, he was. She says, "Oh, he was one of the people here that helped me get settled in, and he's been very friendly for the last 20 years, and I don't know, I feel like he might be trying to coax a bond out of us that's a little more than I think I'm prepared for."
Oh. Not ready to find that special someone yet?
She says, "Oh, well, I suppose that's how we could put it, yes." She kind of fidgets a little bit, and she's like, "So, would you like to buy anything?"
Oh, yes.
Didn't happen to have anything magical here, would you?
She looks over her goods. She says, "Well, I might. Most of it is, well, the same old, as if you will. But I do have these," and she puts out these gauntlets They're like a silver adorned with like these golden decorations. Gauntlets of ogre power. It's something you'll have to wear for some time and get attuned to, get used to. But well, it gives you a good allotment of strength. I actually use them to help me carry all the boxes and crates and things out and get them ready and set up.
This actually seems really interesting.
I was expecting a Shrek reference.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like those like giant green hands or like Shreks.
They're like Hulk fists.
Like Hulk hands, yeah.
To get attuned to it after the hours pass, you have to yell, "Get out of my swamp!"
Leia!